This is Bronze Age Caveman, Super Genius, Wrath of Pharaoh's 40, Rat Turd. This is an expositional recap. Start here, and you haven't missed a thing. Let's go. 3,200 years ago. Bronze Smith, Uruk Priest, and Super Genius Vilam leads his team on a journey from Uruk to Canaan to find the secrets of smelting iron. On the sixth night of his journey, Vilam's crew rest and party at Babylon's Clucking Chicken restaurant and bistro. The good time at the chicken continues into the night. Kamal, the Hebrew comedian and member of Vilam's crew, has the stage. He finishes his set with the final punchline. And he said, "That's no pig, that's your wife!" Pedro, Dr. Finger's assistant and amateur comedian, is next in line to give his comic performance. He addresses Horwan, Kamal's pregnant girlfriend and traveling companion. Pedro says, "Hey, I got the stage next. Do me a favor and chase off your hubby." Pedro takes the stage. "There's not much time, so let's get right to it. I gave a priestess a cape and a wooden penis for Enlil's birthday. I figured if she doesn't like the cape, she can screw herself." Alright. Like, comment, subscribe. It's free. No one is going to make fun of you for watching Bronze Age Caveman. If you see an anachronism, drink a shot and consider it Bronze Age sci-fi. It doesn't hurt until the hangover hits. Bishop, DM, and Vilam arrive together at the Clucking Chicken restaurant and bistro. They are greeted by doorman and waitress. Waitress says, "Welcome to the Clucking Chicken." Doorman says, "Restaurant and bistro." They both say, "Best damn chicken in Babylon." And Babir from the back, "Best damn chicken in Babylon." "Good evening, Bishop. We are honored by your patronage. Do you require any special arrangements this evening?" "Yes, we need a private area out back will work." "Of course, right this way." Waitress leads the three men to the outdoor seating area behind the chicken. Bishop says, "Move it along, rat turd. Back in your cage." Waitress continues to lead the group to the back. "Here's your table," she says. The trio takes seats around the table. "I'll be your personal waitress. I can provide whatever you reasonably need for a fee. Minimum 25% tip." "Very good. Bring beer continuously. Check on my guard. Make sure he finds his way back here." Waitress lights the table lantern. "I'll get your beer now." The guard reports to Bishop. "I need you to take Rat Turd back to Slave Doctor. Make sure he locks him in the cage." "Yes, sir." "I sincerely appreciate the hospitality you have offered today, Bishop. It has been 2 months since our antagonistic encounter in Inanna Temple's antechamber. Let's just get that on the table." "Yes, that was quite the meeting. I heard rumors about that meeting. You need to tell me all about it. Details. Later, if we have time." "Bishop, your shields, 500 red tunics, helmets, spears are on the dock and under the control of the dockmaster, your nephew here, DM." DM says, "Yes, I have them. They are secure. There is a sensitive issue that I need to bring to your attention. Some residents approached me today. They are afraid, so they asked me to tell you. They say you carry a foul odor about you. They say you stink so bad, you make a rescue gal pinch her nose." "Ah, yeah, funny. I see, very funny. I bet it's your beard and that rug you wear around your shoulders like a cape. They say your appearance reflects what many see as the decline of Babylon, frayed, old, worn, and smelly. You need to unravel that beard, wash it, and get a new cape. You are a man of means considering your high office. I'm sure you can afford a barber and new clothes. Burn the old ones. The guard approaches Bishop. Sir, Rat Turd is back in his cage. I checked him in with slave doctor. Good. Stay in the area. Stand guard. Babylonia's problems have nothing to do with my beard or my cape. The Assyrians are invading in the north. And our spies have informed us that the Elamites are preparing an invasion from the east. They have stored enough extra grain to thrive without a harvest for a year or two, maybe 3. And there are rumors of unusual sightings from Elam, familiar names and faces. Some rumors have a resurrected Reed collaborating with the Elamites. We know your father has been in Madaktu ostensibly to maintain tin trade. Some in the royal court are concerned with his sympathies and concerned his sympathies may lie with our enemies. Total bullshit. I am convinced that unavoidable circumstances have placed him in the middle between Elam and Babylonia, straining his loyalties. There is another threat, a local one. Feral cannibal children roam north of Babylon, terrorizing travelers. A camp woke to find companions, headless, with meat chunks missing. Thigh, bicep, tricep, deltoids, lats, hamstring, quadriceps, pecs. The best cuts of meat. And genitalia, don't forget the genitalia. And what did you think? We didn't have words for muscles in the Bronze Age? They eat what they kill. That's disconcerting. But I think we can handle a few children. Feral cannibal children. That's pretty crazy. Switching topics. How in the world did you get selected Uruk priest? Bishop? Go ahead and tell him. My nephew should know. Get ready for an expositional recap. Feel free to chime in, Bishop, and if I miss anything. Once every 5 years, Anana demands sacrifice from the people of southern Babylonia. That's Anana. It's not an actual photo. Anana directs Uruk priests to declare what sacrifices must be made. That's Uruk priest. They also know him as giant asshole. In return for these sacrifices, Anana promises peace and bountiful harvests. The sacrifice is celebrated during a 3-day quinquennial festival. All eligible male citizens must shave their heads and beards and consent to be painted white. The sacrifices are announced during the sacrifice mass, officially known as Anana Quinquennia Mass. Usually the sacrifices consist of grain, livestock, weapons, public service, military service to promote the public good for the next 5 years. A farmer and a shepherd were required to offer grain and goats. I was tasked with providing 50 bronze-tipped spears and drafted into service as the new tax collection administrator. I was to assume this privilege upon supplying the first 10 spears. 50 young men were drafted into Babylonian military service, including my sister-in-law Jelu's son, Ruku Unu, who we'll see later. On rare occasions, Inanna demands human sacrifice, actual human sacrifice. This time, Inanna demanded that Reed, that's pre-sacrifice Reed. That's artist's conception of Reed now, post-sacrifice allegedly. The son of the rich merchant and Bishop's old army buddy Mead, that's Mead, be sacrificed. We were wondering why Reed was painted red, Elam says. This was what Uruk priest insisted was true. After Reed was burned at the stake, Uruk priest claimed Reed was rescued and replaced. What made him think that? Before the sacrifice there was a fire in Reed's cell which consumed him and temple maiden Kuzal, which rendered him unrecognizable. The temple maiden, Anoma, survived and claimed men replaced Reed and Kuzal with corpses, then set the corpses on fire. Rumor is Reed and Kuzal escaped to Madaktu. I don't know anything about that. The investigation committee came up with other possibilities. Women's minds are bizarre and exceedingly self-centered. Anoma hated Kuzal, Maybe she wanted her dead, tried to make it look like a fire accident, but fucked it up and got trapped in the cell. She's lucky she did not suffocate or get burned alive. She's making up stories to cover her tracks. Does sound far-fetched. Right after the sacrifice, an earthquake destroyed the Inanna temple and much of Uruk. There was a giant panic as people fled from the ziggurat. Uruk priest claimed Inanna unleashed the earthquake in a fit of rage for being cheated out of the sacrifice, and that she will destroy Babylonia one city at a time until Reed is burned to death. Pure fiction, Vilam says. After the earthquake, my thralls and I delivered 10 spears and 10 shields to Inanna. As soon as I got there, the temple guards held me down in a chair, and a priest started beating the hell out of him with a stick. You were there, Uncle Bishop. Why didn't you do anything? Not my jurisdiction. City-states rights. That was a priest's show. Luckily, Meade anticipated this. He had Baal lead armed and armored thralls through the unguarded rear entrance to the ziggurat tunnels. Baal and his complement snuck right in behind the Uruk temple guards and formed a line. And Meade led thralls directly through the front door. Our thralls surrounded them. Our thralls advanced, then attacked. They were instructed to avoid killing any temple guards. I got the hell out of that chair the first chance I had. My guys know how to fight. There were some minor scrapes and cuts, but no one was killed, thankfully. Except Uruk priest just dropped dead. Nobody touched him. Vilam was in line to be the next tax collection administrator. Only Uruk priest has the authority to assign that role. Considering Uruk clergy was in a compromised position, I did what was expedient and named Vilam Uruk priest, so that he could name himself tax collection administrator. So considering Uruk clergy being in a compromised position, I did what I considered just and expedient and named Vilam Uruk priest. It's a shit job, so nobody objected. Knowing I was going to Canaan to find the secrets of smelting iron, I immediately named Meade tax collection administrator during my absence. Sounds kind of contrived, but you guys were there, so what am I to say? Many here in Babylon genuinely believe Reed escaped sacrifice and is on the loose and leading an Elamite army towards Babylon. And according to our spies, that Hortu is leading a company-sized formation equipped specifically for mass beheadings. There is some credibility to this because hardly a day goes by without hearing of a new catastrophe. Many believe Reed must burn. If he doesn't, Babylonia will be completely destroyed. I do not believe that. I watched Reed burn with my very eyes. Ever since he started collecting taxes, Meade has been running Uruk, Larsa, and Lagash like his own kingdom. The clergy in Babylon are convinced the Elamites will ally with Meade and invade South Babylonia. There is a chance of a bloodbath. That is usually the way things go when a kingdom is cornered. I am asking you to take Lilia away from Babylon until the immediate threat passes. Take her at least as far as Rabaku. And her cat, Peaches, I know they are a handful. Things are that serious? It is better to take reasonable precautions than tempt fate. Oh, brother. Okay. All right. Well, with that unexpected news of additional burden, I have a big day tomorrow. My first task is to take angry slave to slave doctor. We think he got sick from ox farts. I hope to trade him for a discount coupon for a new slave. Right now, I just need a slave that can row. Really? Slave doctor may have just what you need. One slave, strong as an ox, stays on task. Does have a habit of wandering off, though. Wandering off if left to no task. Just chain him down. He'll be fine. It's that slave, Rat Turd. He won't put much pressure on your food supplies. He eats just about anything. Garbage, food scraps, insects, carrion. He doesn't get sick. We found him in a village where everyone died of plague. There was no food. When they found him, he was eating rat turds. He survived by eating rat turds. That's about the grossest thing I've ever heard. Tell me more. That's why we call him Rat Turd. I doubt a few ox farts will make him sick. I bet he's got some bad breath on him. Trade-offs. That's the end of... What was this again? Bronze Age gave me Wrath of Pharaoh's 40 rat turd. The end of... Let's keep going. Let's see if there's anything else. Alright, let's go. Let's stop.